All right, so we're looking for some Freelap help here, guys. We use the Relay Coach system here. We have 63 chips, and before we did a start list with the old update, and we had each one that had a number matched with it instead of like a kid's name. So it allows us to be really universal with it. And let's actually show them this quick so they can understand what we're doing here. And so we'd have a number, I blacked out their names, but like number 1 would be here, would be a kid. Number 2 would be a kid, and we could vice versa. And if there was one open, that's where we'd add that new kid in like our winter program. And then we'd have another group like Tuesday, Thursdays that would come in. So we're able to utilize the same chip, but also be universal in being able to switch it and have multiple groups with just one start list. So as I'm going onto here, onto the iPad, and I make the test, when I go to the Relay Coach and I go to Team, and then when we do our number test that we had before, we have all our athletes 1 through 63, and then we add the initials now as 1 through 63, because that's what we want to see. So kids know I'm number 1, they can see right on the results right away. And then we have the chip that matches that. But every time we do this, when we push start, we get the initials are missing, even though we have some. And even when we take off the initials, like it won't work. It says we don't have a chip. You must assign a chip ID to each person. So that's where we're running into problems. Even when we've had our athletes' names with initials that don't match any other with a chip assigned, we're still running into this issue unless we do, what we're figuring out is if we do a smaller one, 40 doesn't work, 30 doesn't work, but if we do 20, we've been finding out that for some reason it starts for us and will work. So yeah, we'll be able to get it hooked up like this, new workout, and we'll be able to, if I go down, we can get the times. I just haven't finished one down here. So if I just go and get it to scan, we're able to get the results up for the chips and everything. But then when we stop recording like we would on the old system, we get no data. So like yesterday we tested kids and I had to reload the data and do an active test, go in and put it into our spreadsheet for times. This used to be a really nice way to do it because then the kids could see their times. So we'd have another iPad too, and we weren't able to do this yesterday, but we would go full screen with an iPad at the end of the runway. When they run through, they could see their time right away. And then when they came down, we'd have a second iPad for them to look, but they weren't able to see the data at all because it wouldn't load up. So this is a problem we're having. But what the weird part is, so I was going back to the numbers, the 1 through 63, if we go on our computer and I make a test doing it the exact same way, it'll like, we're able to do one, but we have the same problems as we would with the iPad though. So the same thing happens, but the computer allows us to start a test basically. But it won't be like, none of our tests will show up on the dashboard. So you can see we still have our numbers, still have the chips. It's the same ones. It's 1 through 63 all the way down. And then if I save it, it won't pop up on our dashboard, but it'll be right here as I can see the workout right there on the 27th. If I come on here, I can find it on the workout thing, maybe. But when we did, this is how we were able to do it yesterday. When we got it to come up, as who would have guessed, basically guys, the new app works really slow too. But when we've got it to come up before, so there it is right there. Here's a test I just made. And we can get it to come up and work and start a test and everything. But I mean, the sad part is the old app works super fast. And we could have multi-screens and everything, but we're just running into a lot of issues. So I can start the test, and I made sure that is updated through the thing, and I've done that already in the past. I can download, but if I do a new workout and I go, so this is what typically, we'd have our full screen on the one, which yeah, it works, which by the way, it doesn't flip over the other way too, Freelap, thanks. But when it goes, you know, I can still scan and I can get the times to come on here. So this is what the kids, and really I wish they would have kept the bigger print that they had before. It was really nice as kids were coming through and easy to see. But now it's the same thing. If I stop recording, I got no data. So I have learned how I can send the data on there through the other, using the other app, the device app. But no, if anybody has any way of fixing this solution, that would be phenomenal. This is a way, like I see people on Twitter asking about like, what can I do for 8, 10 chips? You know, naming them by a number, as you can see here, 2, versus using like the AD1733 has worked wonders. So then, and we have the kids put them back in basically like a fish lure box, and they put it back, and we know like if Casey Shade here has number 2, I can grab number 2, put it on when I would go and see the results. As you actually, let's show them a test so they can kind of see what it looks like originally in the old thing. The one thing I've always learned is with Freelap is on this new lap, even the computer, it's slow, but it's hard to see. But I could just click on here and I could find a number like 11, and like there would be the times. So to see on the results, and I can do the same thing on the iPad too. So the 19th, could find those results, and it was real easy to go through. Maybe. I think it just went back to the same test. But, so if anybody has any solutions of how to get the initial, I've seen a few other people have problems. I'm wondering if a lot of the issues, it has to do with the relay coach right now, and the Bluetooth chips are the ones where people are getting it to work. So, yeah, hopefully somebody can help us out. So we have a good system and it works well, and we'd like to keep it that way. So, all right, let me know. You can reply this, or you can direct message me or anything like that. So thank you.